So our team dynamic with Mac in it.
Yeah.
Knock is still primarily calling a lot. It's still primarily IGL. From the dynamic we talked about, Mac is also going to be doing a lot of the like the microcomms and like team fights.
Wait here for him.
Mac's a big voice in the team fights, and as well as obviously just kind of like sub-calling too.
They already redeployed.
But a lot of the rotations, because we already know, like we always lane tree, we know how to do these rotations. Knock does a lot of these early calls.
That's fine. Redeploy on us, Mac. Minus northeast on the cut right now, right now.
This.
Path laser, or what's it, 150? Or 105 actually, sorry.
150.
Wraith laser 72. They're off the scene. Go for positioning.
So this is one thing that I think right here, not saying this is like necessarily the right play, but this is something, because we don't actually stream our gameplay a lot, as I'm sure you guys probably know. We focus heavily on rotation, and this is a play, like I feel like there's a lot of teams that would just ape that. Like Knock actually did a lot of damage there. They had a white armor, they had a blue armor. We have the armor advantage already on them. There's a lot of teams that probably would have just aped that because that team is in a bad spot now. But one thing we are big on is using, if you get, and this actually goes out to a lot of people and players out there that like to play position. If you are a more end game position oriented team, is you don't have to go on, like, look at if you do big damage on a team like that, but you can't finish the fight within like the next 10-15 seconds. Use that damage as a free entry for you to rotate ahead of that team. Not only are you going to be getting to your rotate spot that you want to go to faster, you will be ahead of a team, which is always very, very big. You might end up being able to pick them off later in terms of if you're trying to like gatekeep them or get a better high ground spot over them. Being one team ahead in terms of rotating over the teams like that are all around you, trying to like rotate in at the same time as you, like this team did, is a very like, even though they're still alive, they didn't go down and lose the fight. This is a very feels bad situation for this team, because now they know that this team, that Liquid, they don't know it's Liquid, but now they know our team is in front of them, and it's going to make their lives a little bit rough in terms of looking for free real estate that they want to get into. So like I said, I feel like a lot of teams would ape that, but I can't stress enough how much we play for position, and which is why I love crypto in our comp personally.
Yeah, I think we have to.
Yeah, I'm expecting the beacon to be taken.
There's already a team in here. Yeah.
I don't want to hear where they're calling.
I'm just gonna play for rotates, honestly, in case it goes north.
Team here.
Huh? Okay, looking. You just broke your armor. Right here, peeking left.
Are we trying to make Mac permanent? I mean, we're in a very experimental phase at the moment, Sev. That's all I can really say at the moment. This is game one. Way too tired.
Team on God
Unlevered triple take.
Right?
Might just be a personal preference. I would take the triple take, but at the end of the day, it's preference. Some days you're just feeling the gun you're using. And I do want to reiterate, like, I know this tournament isn't the most competitive tournament and format and prize money, but this tournament did mean a lot for obviously Team Liquid and TSM.
No.
Okay, well, I'm ready to do it, but fuck it. I got purple off it.
I'm gonna pop it back. I can look to kidnap
So,
one,
I think this would be a fun one to review. I'm sure a lot of people want to see how Mac, the breakdown of Mac playing with her as well. We're gonna talk about that EMP real quick.
No, watch it.
Pop it back. I can look to
Ready to do it, but fuck it.
Want me to come to you?
On their heads or what?
one shot.
Okay.
Come on.
You want the EMP on their heads or what?
No.
You want me to come to you to help?
Interesting.
Man, I'm EMPing this.
No.
Okay, well, I'm ready to do it, but fuck it.
So,
I got purple off it.
I'm gonna pop it back. I can look to kidnap one.
I love the. I've been there because this was me when I was playing with Knock as well. When I competed, I was the crypto as well. Where you see like a good fucking EMP and you're like, man, I just want that as a juicer. So right now, obviously, not a bad EMP. In the immediate, he got the purple armor for free. I think a lot of people forget that EMPs also fuck over the enemy team a lot. Like, shield economy in competitive is very, very rough sometimes, and a lot of people will EMP. Not even if teams drop their armor and you don't get any evo damage off that, it's still really good because that armor gets damaged, especially if they don't have any Watson gens. It still does a lot of econ damage. Now, the reason it could be a bad EMP though is in the future if we're looking to rotate, which is why Mac I think wanted him to probably keep it. Again, I don't know. I didn't watch this game. Now we won't have EMP for rotate, which is a very, very big thing.
Give me 57.
Knock is feeling it though. Holy shit. Shots are on point though.
How much heavy do we have?
Turn that just happened.
I'm light.
I have 140 in my prowler.
What do you want to take my R31?
Tourney was pretty troll, but
Yeah, I'll give you how much.
way too tired. But there are people,
Give me your heavy or whatever.
like I said, Team Liquid and TSM obviously were very.
No, I got
I haven't
It wasn't troll for them.
I'm just gonna use that.
Both teams were trying
Look
their
for
asses
the
off.
package for you.
They're crossing
So-
the bridge on my ping, going into
Weapon, that little weapons.
Weapon cracked in front.
We'll talk about that in a sec.
cracked Gibby White.
24.
Flesh, he's one. Gibby one.
So this is like I love this form of crypto, being able to like scout like this for free and stuff. I think they're in a pretty safe position right here where if my team was calling out like all that crazy damage, I think it'd be a safer knock to. I mean, he has a skull pierce longbow. I would probably be trying to poke at these guys with them.
South for us.
This is a higher percentage
package is good,
safer
Mac.
macro play to be looking around and just making sure everything is good. But I don't think the house that they are holding right now is not easily
Go for it.
siegeable, and I don't think a
Drop
team
your
is
gun.
going to just run up on them. So I think Knock probably was a little bit
Still
safe
watching
to
it.
just maybe
Nothing
pick
on
up
the immediate east,
a
nothing on the
pick
immediate west.
over
It's out in the
there.
open.
Not guaranteed they get the kill on it,
Portal just in case.
but
you
having
don't
a
have to be
4-8
active,
longbow
but
with a skull piercer and with your team calling big damage is certainly it's something that I probably would have done, but also him scouting out this package is also a big get as well. So
Okay.
it's not the end of the world,
Could be worse.
but you know,
I'm not gonna complain.
it's always nice to look at stuff like this and think about like the situations that you could potentially be in that are very
Lock the
similar
door so I don't die.
and play off of that. So, and Knock is also, I know Knock wants me to be very critical about his crypto as well because he is still very new on it. Like I said,
Shots from.
it's
fucking
pretty
Harvester?
difficult to play competitively
Yeah, they're shooting
properly and not in a brain dead format.
Right now our train track rotates.
Wait,
pretty
first
good.
game ended
There's
lava?
a team
Okay,
in
that's
here,
what
team in God
what game
Squad.
is this then?
Bottom train.
Yep. Team bottom train also, and then team in here. Wait, is there
Thank
actually
you,
still team
by the way.
train? There's no way.
I
right?
will let my editor know, but
Yeah, I'm looking.
what's up, Theory?
Yeah, they're not here. They're not here.
Okay.
My guess.
I
is
think
that
so,
this team's
Killer
gonna
Boy.
go
There's
for
another one
maybe,
tomorrow,
they're
but
just
I
not
don't remember.
chilling
There's
right
so
now.
many weird tournaments.
Are you watching South Thomas?
off and on.
Okay.
I need to chart. Do you want to trade me armor real quick?
Me?
Yeah, so you.
There's no way to know, Milky. Won't know until we play it. There's no. I think I don't really speculate when it's something that big.
Shots
'cause
far, Mac. All the
I
way
think
in here.
crypto, as long as he stays in his current form, will be good, probably regardless of the map, depending on how you play him. The way we play him, we're probably gonna play him regardless. I think this is game 2 or 3. Is there any way for you to be able to figure out which one it is, just so I know, Lakers?
But I don't think you can do anything about that. Yeah.
You might have uploaded them in
Thomas,
like or
dedicate South,
given
I'll
them
try
to me in
and
a
forward
weird
everywhere
format.
Roger.
But I don't speculate when it's a new map until I actually have it in my hands.
I completely agree.
Stuff like that, or like even big meta changes. Or I try not to, because at the end of the day, even there's so many things you can look at on paper and be like, oh, this is gonna be this way and this is gonna be that way,
Gunshot. I mean,
and then all of a sudden it's on in theory, get it? Because there's also theory here. It's not all that good, or practice, not even in theory, in actual practice.
Max is nuts.
you're mad.
Madam Blossom.
Okay, Kujira. So this is probably game 2 then,
Yeah.
I would imagine. Okay.
What?
If anyone has like the official on this one, let me know, please.
I would never play this game again.
You hit the beacon?
Am I stupid? Where is it now?
Yes.
Right above me.
Right above you. Wait, what?
Well, not
Oh,
above
they
me,
changed
but
it.
it's over here somewhere.
They did change it. I didn't even wait. When did they do that?
Oh, okay. We want to go south immediately. Yeah. Let me scout first. Before we commit.
Yep. The buildings were open last time I was
Yeah. Thomas, leave me and just start going with him. If it's open, we
there.
won't.
You come with us. You come with
Okay.
us.
I think okay. So this
I'll go
like
first. You two move together.
the scouting is nice, and I do like this about crypto. But typically, when a new beacon or a new circle forms, this is borderline. I don't know how this rotation ends, but this borderline could be wasting too much time.
It's all clear. Go. Just
But-
leave me. Just leave me.
Getting this kind of info is fucking huge, though. I think this is game 2. Okay. I've never seen Mondo play crypto.
Yep,
Never.
that's what I
I've
saw.
never like watched their VOD on that.
We're taking choke.
Yeah.
Go.
I'm gonna play back double buildings. Or unless you want.
Do you think Horizon will be strong?
No. Okay. All right.
No, we're all playing choke.
All right.
It's hard to tell again because we don't know exactly how our black hole works.
Oh, it's a blue bag. You should ping that. My boy's on gray.
But I think her gravity lift will be interesting. I don't think
Mac,
from
north,
what I've
south?
seen, I don't think she'll be 100% competitive. She'll probably be fun in ranked and pubs, but I don't think there's a lot of good characters that you can throw in. I think into comp, but the problem is when you toss in a new character for any of the ones that are currently meta in comp, it's not that those characters themselves suck. It's that it's what are you losing by tossing in like a new character. Like I personally think Lifeline could work in comp. But, you know, you are losing a great deal by replacing, like, a Watson or a Gibraltar. And, so it's not so much will this character be good, it's so much what are you trading off for that character.
Me on south, you said?
No,
There's a lot of characters I think that are good, that are
open
potential
area with,
fraggers and stuff like
snipers.
that, but it's just like, it's just not worth losing what's
I'm gonna
already
place my
very, very,
drone
very
next
good.
to you, okay? So if you ever get pushed, just call for it immediately.
Are you watching
Can
our
you scout that? I don't see anybody there.
They're there.
south?
Drone's gonna be right on your head, okay?
This is game 2. All right, thank you, Slimy. I appreciate that, man. All right, so I'll go back to flanker for game 1 then.
Triple taking up there.
I'll just have to
It
give
pulls
my
to us.
editor a
It
note that
should
this is
pull to
game
us,
2.
at least, I should say.
Yeah.
Okay, cover me real quick. I'm gonna get some deep fences.
All right.
I don't
So
have a good
this,
angle.
yeah, so this circle is a very common one since freaking season 3. There's endings out here on this side. There's endings out by the rock where you saw that guy triple taking. This one I would probably read. I'm not the greatest at zone reading, so don't take what I say as like, oh my god, you know, like the gospel. But this is typically like holding this area is always just massive because there's a lot of circles that do end here, like right out this area. And if you're holding this area with the bins, then it's most of this is pretty much unplayable if you're doing it properly and not getting too horny.
I can do it. Just do it.
I want to play double decker so badly. I'm playing double decker.
I don't like this at all. This is fucking ballsy, but we'll see how
Wait,
it plays out
zip
for
on me,
him.
zip on
Yeah,
me.
I don't like
Look at me,
this
look at
at all.
I need to rotate far. It's a crypto Gibby team.
Are you good?
I'm fine.
Circle needs to go. I kind of like this one. It's a little bit heavy on the chokes, but like,
I'm gonna focus on
I guess
keeping them
depends
out.
on where you land, huh?
Hold the choke. Want some regen. Actually, give me your armor. Give me your armor.
Knock usually causes zone killer.
That's the other now.
Are they close on me? I can't tell.
They're at the fucking
Okay,
blue.
okay, I'm coming back then. We just had the hard bunker then.
They're crossing. 30 gold on
Caustic, blue on the left. Caustic's on the crate right there.
This is certainly a very limiting
queue.
circle,
Or I need to
especially
fucking
if you land on the other side of the map. This can be a very frustrating one, but I think there's like very intricate ways to play this one.
No sights.
Alright,
I personally like this one versus a lot of the other ones.
Yeah, this is real bad.
A lot of the bad ones, I
one
should
guy
say.
behind the truck. Caustic.
Is it Caustic Gibby?
Don't heavily favor Jibby teams if you're not the team who gets the
Or,
choke
no.
or the top zip platform outside of choke north side. I agree, Tech, but I also think that's a lot of circles. If you are a team that's playing position and you get the position and you're a team that needs to be on the if you're a team that's on the outside of that position, that's typically where Jibby thrives
crypto.
in most circles.
I'm
I mean,
watching
obviously
this, I'm
there's some
watching
that
this.
have
Watch your right, watch your
more
right,
cover
watching
or
that.
less cover, but typically Jibby is
Oh,
used
Yeah, the low,
for the teams that aren't able to get that big rotation into the zone.
Is there a nade at me? They know I'm over here on the left.
Okay. They're nading again.
43 blue on Gibby.
Nice.
All right.
Wraith is
So-
on top of the tallest rock.
I don't think they're in range of a beacon. There is that
Oh my
beacon
God,
that's like right up here.
Wraith at 58.
Are they
Cover
pushing?
fire.
Yes, no, they're queuing you. They're nading you though. You need to queue out. This will give you right here on your line of us. Okay.
They are real girth. I can't. If I took them off,
Caustic high
I
ground.
couldn't see
Is that-
the
what-
chat
is
right
that a
now.
Gibby?
I think it's Caustic.
I can't fucking tell.
Trust me, I wish I didn't have to wear glasses.
Yeah.
Nope, that's terrible.
I honestly prefer not like the way I look without them.
He's behind this still.
You need to be like aware of my right side.
Yeah. I can't really do
They're
that.
pushing my right. They're pushing my right. I'm queuing out.
Okay.
Alright.
Very heads up play. I like it.
Starting to get angles on this
What I like a lot about Mac as a Wraith, this is something that like inherently most teams already do when they have the chemistry. But what I like about Mac's Wraith a lot is he plays very aggressive as Wraiths normally do. they try to always make sure they're kind of at a bit of an off angle, trying to get angles, trying to get any entry or pick damage at people from just weird angles. But what I like about Max Wraith, from what I've seen already from yesterday and from today, I like the fact that Mac calls out a lot. Like, there's, again, most teams would just kind of like inherently do it, but I'm always a big fan of just calling out the simple shit and playing up ahead, like where Mac was just now, and him saying,
Where's my right side?
you need to watch my proper angle, a specific angle. I like that shit a lot personally. I think it's a very simple comm. Like I said, a lot of pro players just kind of assume, like, they kind of play off each other anyway, and they do that anyway. But like I said, I'm a fan of just making a very simple comm that everyone, even if everyone should know it, to just kind of keep everybody reeled in on the same page. Yeah, same tech. I personally really love it. It's such a simple thing. Even when people, like I said, even when people communicate like small things that should be known. That's such a risky drone.
I'm going for EMP. I'm going for EMP on this team. I'm trying to kill them off.
That's big.
I'm going. Big EMP. Big EMP.
We commit to this fight.
Yep.
Interesting that he tried to get to go for a little bit for the other team as well.
I'm 10 seconds out. 10 seconds out, Mac.
They all died. There's another team behind them.
They're still down.
They all died. There's
Okay.
another
If you ever wonder
They're still down, they're
why
still down.
very good teams get upset at like worse lobbies, like you know, if you watch like TSM or whatever, they get upset that, you know, oh, these lobbies are trash, etc., even when they die, when they do when they get pushed. I'm not saying like that my team is trash for this, but this is one thing that's always, if you have a god spot, if you are a very big rotational team, again, I don't know how this game ends, but this is a decent educational piece right here anyways. If you are a team that is in the best spot in the game, it is like, it's good to go for kills, but typically I don't know if Mac has portal, and I'm not saying he should portal here because I need to see the rest of how this plays out. But portaling, if you're trying to third party from a god spot, make sure you have a portal. And make sure you don't leave too long, because the second you leave a spot that everybody wants, it's the hermit crab, baby.
10 seconds out, Mac.
It's the hermit crab. A team with a worse spot, they see you leave your good spot, they're gonna take that shit. They're absolutely going to be taking that shit. It's not a bad EMP in terms, obviously it hits both teams.
Big EMP.
But one thing you do want to be careful of, obviously it ended up working, so either way, it's good. But one thing you do want to be scared of is sometimes it's, I think personally, it's not always the best idea to go for like the biggest EMP you can possibly get, in terms like the biggest juicer, like getting as many people as possible, because sometimes when you are trying to pinch a team, like we're trying to do right here, my team is obviously trying to pinch this team right here, behind this rock. Sometimes you don't want to scare off the other team that's also there. Again, not saying this is a bad EMP at all, just kind of taking the time to be like, to critically think about EMPs in general and how they work. You always want to kind of be weary of who you're EMPing and then how they're going to react to it, right? Because if you're trying to pinch a team, you got to think your team is going to be going in here 2v3, right?
Big EMP.
We commit to this fight.
I don't actually know what happened to this other team. I think one team, yeah. So one team finished.
I'm taking
They finished that before they even got in there.
They all
Yeah.
died. There's another team behind them.
They're still down. Move up on the rock.
Yeah.
Dead.
Okay. I mean, that ended up working. That was a really sloppy fight. But this is what I was talking about with the second you leave from a good spot, it's the hermit crab principle. And if you're new here, which I know a lot of you are from PvPs or Rain's raid, the hermit crab principle that I always talk about, that I kind of coined with the help of my YouTube comments. If you are in a very good spot in a circle that other teams want, the second you leave it, somebody will take it.
Yep.
So you always have to think about the teams that are around you and how much they want to play where you are playing. Typically you'd want to make a Wraith portal to third party like this, because then you can quickly get back to your spot and claim your spot. So interested to see if they take it back or what happens. I think it'd be enough if Crypto stays at a spot and anchors while Wraith and Watson wipe the rest on there. That's very risky. Like, yes, in theory, that would be amazing if you could do that. But just because you get an EMP off on a team, that doesn't mean your teammates are going to win 2v3. So, it's very risky. Like, in theory, that'd be amazing if you could do that every time, right? Because then you could hold your spot and you could just wipe a team. But it's really risky to send your teammates in 2v3, even if you got an EMP.
Yeah.
He's gotta be up there like on his ones or something.
No.
Because especially if you're going up against a Gibraltar team, good Gibraltars, if they know they're about to get EMP'd and they haven't used their dome, you better believe they're gonna throw that dome down the second that EMP goes off, and then all of a sudden you're forced into an awkward bubble fight with a full 3-man and you're only 2. All of a sudden, even though they got EMP'd, they're actually in a stronger position to fight you. So it's just very risky. And that's what separates a good crypto from a bad crypto, is how useful you are to your team outside of your drone as well as inside of it. So guys, if you're doing this, you're the reason I started watching competitive Apex. Oh, my heart, it crack.
What color give me? What color give me? Is it
Where did I feel it crack? But either way, thank you for the kind words, man. Hey, I love doing this type of shit. Not all the time, which is why I haven't done the VOD review in a while, because I actually prefer to play the game. But
I'm gonna charge my send.
this kind of stuff helps me too understand, like, think about the game critically as well. So I think it's been a long time since I did an actual VOD review, so I figure now is the best time to do it, right? All right, this is a pretty fucked circle. I've seen a lot of circles end in this choke. I've never seen one where the 5th zone had so little playable territory. This is a pretty fucked and cursed circle.
Oh, that guy got him down. Fuck, man.
Ooh, I didn't see what happened to Mac.
Down. Fuck. Oh, that guy got him down. Fuck, man.
Yeah, doesn't mean it's the end.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're gonna be able to play for him.
Nice. He's pushing on him left, far left. Look at
So
the
good
Wraith.
flanker.
He's on his head.
He's going for the finish. He's going for the finish.
Yeah.
Let me die. Let me die. You can res me. It's fine.
True.
We have a beacon back there.
Crypto, baby.
I got bursted by a hemlock.
Yeah,
He's
Mac
okay.
actually just got fucking demolished. He definitely died quick, but unless I missed it, I didn't hear, like, none of this seemed communicated to me. Let me see. I might have just missed it. But this is one of those things, like, if you're a Wraith player, and Mac is typically very good at this from what I've seen already, and it's like 2 short days he's been doing it. If you don't even have to be a Wraith player. If you are just a player and you're trying to, like, get a little antsy, a little aggressive, it's something you want to calm to your team so they can help you play off of that. Because I think it seems like Nock doesn't even know that Mac is doing this, so it's hard for Nock to play off of that.
Gibby's speaking from the far west side.
Like, he can see it obviously, but doesn't mean he necessarily knows what, like, you know, Mac's plan is.
Oh, that guy got him down. Fuck, man.
Yeah, I mean he blew up. He got blown up super fucking fast, but
Okay.
I think maybe with a little bit of calm on that, maybe flanker can help him get a different angle, or I don't know. I'm not sure how much calming that would have changed how fast he died.
He's pushing on him left, far left. Look at the Wraith. He's on his head.
But it's just one of those. It's just one of those things. It's like a form thing. You might as well do it.
It's fine.
But this is the power of the crypto, being able to grab the banner and res.
I got bursted by a hemlock.
Milky White, thank you for the 3 months, by the way, man. I appreciate that.
They just hold me.
Yeah, he died really fast.
What was that, Thomas?
I don't see. No, you're good.
Oh,
You're good.
far.
Like I said, like I like Nock was like over there like healing and like reloading. He was slow healing. I don't think Nock even really Nock.
All right, we'll just.
He was looking in that direction, but I could, from the way he was playing, I don't think Nock realized he was actually going to aggressively peek. So Nock couldn't even help him.
Have to wait for a fight to break out later, then, I guess.
Get ready to res him.
They're pushing. Look
Where?
at the road.
Okay.
Big call. He has EMP in 1%. Nice.
He's behind this rock still.
See that how it actually works.
Wraith, Watson and Gibby are still far back.
Yep.
I'm keeping them back.
Okay, I'm good.
Wraith on me. I need to come back.
I can see her. You're fine.
Give me ult.
Wraith 80.
I have a gen up here.
Nading it.
Cracked Wraith. I cracked the
Yep.
Wraith
So-
up there.
Actually, let's let it play out, then I'll
GQ.
talk about it. I feel like I shouldn't always talk about it in hypotheticals,
Yep.
actually, because otherwise we'll be here all night.
Gibby's on us.
Talk about what actually happens.
I got the Wraith one on me. I got a no reg, dude.
Did you?
Watson one.
I got Wraith.
Maybe on the
Jump on
prowler.
Watson. On me. Fight me.
I'm coming. I'm with you.
He's one. Watson under here.
Nock, please skip it. Thank you.
He's low. But in one shot, you win this, flanker.
Flanker does usually win these.
Just hold W up.
Nice job.
Let's go.
You're flat. Go here. There's a team on the old spot.
All right. So that engagement's done.
Don't heal.
Go here.
Let's talk about it a little bit.
Tell me.
GQ'd.
Yo, thank you, Ken Pie. Appreciate it. Have a good
Yep.
rest of your night.
She queued.
I'm moving up.
Yep.
On the left, on the left.
Donna, Gibby Donna.
Watson and Gibby on me.
This is one thing that already gets me a little monkey shake is I know Knock wants to act on this Wraith because I think she's a little bit weak,
Reading it.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So flanker cracks Wraith,
GQ,
Wraith queues back. Knock knows that she's alone,
Yep.
so he wants to kind of like he wants to aggress on it, and I get that. But typically, I'm usually more in fan. Like you can tell, Mac and flanker are getting pushed. With the Wraith queuing back, that means that it is assuming Nocturnal is playing with the other two players. If the Wraith queues back and she's cracked, that typically means that it is going to be that's a guaranteed 2v3 for your team, or a 3v2 I guess for your team. So this is a bit of a ballsy play. I am not a big fan of him pushing the Wraith here. I know why he wants to, but the higher percentage play, and by that I mean the play that's more likely to succeed, is the play where he goes back and he helps his boys. Because again, when a Wraith queues out, it's unfortunate, yeah, you didn't get the kill, but that means that the Wraith is out of the fight, at least for the next 5 seconds. Because even if she cancels the heal and she queued backwards, and then she sees you're fighting her team, even if she cancels her heal to come help, she's still gonna take a couple seconds to get there. So I think a bit of a ballsy play here on Knock. I think he probably should have just helped his team, especially given
I
how
got the
hard they're
Wraith one.
coming.
Wraith one on me. I got a no reg, dude.
Watson one.
I got Wraith.
Jump on the Watson. On me, fight with me, fight
Yeah,
with me.
it's definitely Knock. He's definitely getting a lot better at not doing Wraith things, but he's doing Wraith things right here. I love the comms though. This is one reason I've always like loved Mac as a player. Is obviously we all know Mac is fucking mechanically gifted, but his
Nice
comms
job.
are such a strong part of him. He is a very, very good at just like micro combat calls.
Listen, don't heal.
I'm just gonna die in gas. He's looking for you.
I'm just not gonna move.
No, it's not. There were two little NA teams, Robin. They wanted more org representation, so they invited EU teams.
Energy killed themselves.
That's why.
Bro, I no reg Nathan. I no reg to kill him. I mean, the fact that we just won that against all of those odds is insane.
Yeah, like them internet.
I saw somebody ask earlier. I forgot who it was, but I saw it and it kept a mental note. They asked. I mean, this is probably just like a rap play till the end. I usually just skip to the next game after this.
I watched the blood come out of his
but
neck and fucking he didn't.
I saw a question asked in chat saying, "Is it worth it to just res right there? That's like free KP for other teams." The answer is yes, definitely.
I don't think that was the right play to take
Yes.
a party, go 1v1.
Yeah, it definitely was not the right play. Knock is pretty good at admitting his mistakes, though. It's just one thing I really like about him. But anyways, yeah, I mean, look at that right there. If they don't res Mac there, they don't win that fight against NRG. More than likely, they will not win that fight against NRG. So I think that answers the question right away. Like, if there's body bags around, if there's loot around, yes, it is worth it. I think that's part of the reason. Like, yeah, like Mac knew the loot was there, so that's one of the reasons he called for the reses.
That's the reason why I did it. But
So.
yeah, probably not the right play.
Very good showing here. I think this is game 2.
Get him!
I think I started by game.
Get him!
Oh, okay. Oh, dude, the charge sentinel. Love that. Yeah, I mean that's dude pulling. So the big blunder in this game, I don't know if it was available for him back then, but like the big takeaway from this is if Mac had portal, I think he should have portaled from this spot. The big blunder from them just straight up not winning the game and potentially picking up more kill points was them leaving this to third party. This is one of the reasons why you don't typically leave your spot without a Wraith portal, because like I said, the hermit crab principle. If there's a better spot out there for another team, they will take it the second you leave.
I'm taking 10
Because that's like the dream scenario. If any team is up here, and most teams know the circle's going to end down here, right? Any team that's playing this north choke is just looking and praying for the opportunity that you leave your spot, and that's exactly what. And I believe that was NRG that was looking for too. So
Move up on the rock. Move up on the rock.
we did they got a couple of kill points off this, which is great.
Dead.
But it put them in a sticky situation. This is playing for a lesser spot than playing for first. which would be what this spot is here. If you're playing over here, that means you're playing to win the game.
I'm looking.
It's still a very solid game though. Like you can't be mad with the second place almost ever, I feel. Unless you hard through like a 1v1 or a hard through like an easy win. First place, and seems like they picked up a decent chunk of kills. I don't know the exact scoring, but I believe this is game 2 because I think I started out of order. So we're gonna go back to game 1 because I thought this was game 2 from Knock. But yeah, that's probably the big overall blunder in this game, was just them leaving the spot. But otherwise, well executed, well rotated, good stuff. Definitely a bit like, if you watched Max stream or Knock stream yesterday, like the day before the tournament today, Nox crypto was a bit of a nightmare, but it's one of those like growing pains things. Like I said, I think he's a very tough character to learn how to play properly, and Knock already within one day has definitely kind of done very well with him. So good stuff. Good stuff.